Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Whiskey Geeks. My name is Tim.
And I'm Alex, and we are two brothers on a quest to bring you the perfect pairing of whiskey and comics. But it's all about whiskey today.
Yes, bonus episode.
Yeah, surprise.
Surprise, everybody. We normally will do neck pour sessions every now and then. And if you are a regular follower of us, of our channels, you will have noticed last week we're back with season 2 of our regular podcast doing pairings. And we're in the midst of Ardbeg and Swamp Thing. So why not make this Ardbeg week and let's do a neck pour session or talk about another Ardbeg?
Yes, we happen to both have, I'm going to call it the neck pour because I do believe these were the first couple samples that got poured out of this bottle. But we're about to jump into the Ardbeg Blaaack.
Hilarious.
And we have the Whiskey Rad to thank for these samples. Although really, I think I have myself to thank.
Yeah, you bought
because
this.
I'm the one who won the lottery at the SAQ to get this bottle, right?
Congratulations, sir.
Good job, me. No,
good job.
I was actually lucky enough to win the lottery for the opportunity to purchase one of these bottles, and because the whiskey,
it's so funny how it's
what
like
a
you
win.
winning the lottery to buy something.
Yeah, here's your chance to spend money.
Yeah.
But because the Whiskey Rad is such like he's one of our dad's best friends, and he's a great friend of ours, and we quite often will get together on Zoom thanks to the pandemic and enjoy some whiskey on the odd Friday night. And he is a monster Ardbeg fan. Yeah. When we, lined up behind him, it's just, green box. So when I actually found out that I won this, I immediately called up the Whiskey Dad and said, hey, do you think Rad would want this? Or 2, if we don't want to tell him, do you want to talk to his wife and see if she wants to do this as a gift? So this ended up was a birthday gift for the Whiskey Rad. And because he's so great, he cracked it and poured us 2 samples. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah. So this is the Committee 20th Anniversary Limited Edition. It's 46% non-chill filtered, aged in New Zealand Pinot Noir Casks.
Yeah.
Right on.
I'm a big fan of Pinot Noir, just in general. If I'm going to drink red wine, I do enjoy that. So I'm hoping this translates over.
Why not, right? Yeah. So, as we talked about last week in our Ardbeg kind of breakdown, Ardbeg, Islay, if you're just jumping into this because you really want to know about the black, Ardbeg, a really wonderful Islay distillery. We really like Islay distilleries. With the Wee Beastie that we talked about last week, we were noticing on the nose, it was really salty and maritimey and sea sprayish. Are you getting the same kind of notes on the nose of this one when you first dive in? No. Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, are you? No, not at all.
No, like this is very different from the Wee Beastie and very different from the Ardbeg 10.
Huh.
And
yeah, I don't have any Ardbeg in my house other than these samples, which I seem to get. So I don't have any 10 in my house, which is a shame. I kind of need to get some Ardbeg, especially after doing all this Ardbeg. This is the 3rd one that we've talked about in a week.
Yeah.
So this is destined to get an Ardbeg, but this is really nice on the nose.
Yeah, no, this is very, very different from what, if you are a fan of Ardbeg and you've tried like the Ugadal or the Anno or, the 10-year-old or, getting up into things like the Corey Vrecken, they are all sort of I haven't tried that.
Me neither.
Or the Scorch for that matter. Yeah. But those are all, I would say, on the same spectrum. That's what I would say is like core Ardbeg, and like that's their core range of things. They all have like to varying degrees that same salinity with the peat smoke, and it just sort of builds, and it just depends on finish. This is very different, and I would love to know exactly how long the finish was in the Pinot Noir, because I think it picked up a lot of characteristics, and I don't think this was a short 6-month finish.
No, I don't
I'm
think
thinking
so
this
either.
spent a good amount of time in there to pull out, because this is, I mean, this is much sweeter,
It's sweeter, but
but
it's
it's not.
darker. Is a
Yeah,
weird. Is a what I'm
yeah.
deeper and darker is what I'm kind of thinking, which is explaining smells is always so weird.
I know, right? So I'm on a site here, and they're saying hint of leather with slow cooked meat.
Yeah, I can see that. I
And
can kind of see the leather. I'm getting
leather,
more of a
yes, not,
tobacco
yeah,
myself.
not meaty.
No,
It's not
I'm
smoked
getting like
meat,
pipe tobacco or, you know,
because it definitely
I-
still does have that peat smoke, right? Like,
for sure.
let's not get away from the fact that this is an Ardbeg, and they're not going to throw out what makes things an Ardbeg. So you definitely still do get that peat smoke in there, but it's definitely different.
Yeah, especially different from the Wee Beastie that I
Yes,
tried,
yeah,
which was like
very,
bright
very
and
different from that.
clean and like almost citrusy. And I was picking up
Yeah,
some like lemon or pineapple, or you were saying green apples when we did that one.
yeah.
Like this is, not
No,
getting
this
any of that.
is like almost like barley sugar.
Yeah.
Um, and I
Okay.
mean, even just the color, like this is a lot
It's a
darker
lot
than the
darker.
Wee Beastie was.
Yeah.
So, all right,
Ooh,
now
podcasts here.
let's both take a sip at the same time and have some dead air.
Sure. No, I'm gonna. Well, I would do dead air, but then my podcat would start screaming. So you
Oh, dude,
sipped.
this is so smooth.
Okay, now you start
Get,
talking while I
yeah.
sip,
All
like
right,
we're professional
this
podcasters.
almost like that. Yeah, this is, damn, I'm gonna say mouthfeel again. This is a really full and smooth and well-rounded dram. This, so you said this was at what percent? Because I'm looking at it and it says 50.7,
Oh,
but on the sample bottle that we have, it says 46. So now I'm
yeah.
not sure what to think, but that's fine. It feels more like a 46 than it does a 50. But there's
Yeah, it's
very
smooth.
little burn. This is very, very smooth and approachable.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hmm.
approachable as in it's over $200, but you know,
Approachable from a taste standpoint.
yeah.
I also would like to put the caveat on there of approachable if you like peated
Oh,
whiskeys.
yeah. Sorry. That's,
Because I think if you are, hang on a second, I'm gonna,
hey, Podcat, how's it going?
and we're back after a weird, awkward break while my cat came into the room. Uh, and I don't even remember what we were saying, so we're just going to pick this up really awkwardly. This is, remember how I was like we're professional podcasters. This is just to
And then
bring us back to our roots of like
let's not get carried away. Let's not get carried away.
straight up amateur hour on us. So anyway, this Ardbeg Black, what? It's really good.
It's approachable if you're a fan of Islays.
I think that's where we left off.
I
Yeah,
think that's where we were.
yeah, if you aren't a big fan of peated whiskeys or smoky whiskeys, then this is definitely, you know, it definitely hits a lot of the smoky characteristics. But if you like that stuff,
Oh boy.
um, this is really nice. $200 is kind of rough.
It might have been more. Do you want to let me talk about the flavor? Do you want to go
See if I
find the
can find
price?
it.
So for me, so last week we were talking about the Wee Beastie, which was sharp but not overly so. And then we got into that Ardmore, which had a really oily, almost like coating sensation on the mouthfeel. This one it's neither of those things. It's warm, but it's super, super smooth. And I'm getting like leather, but it's still like, it's not really heavy. Like when you get into when you get into tasting whiskeys that have some of that old leather, we've talked about it before, like old barn, like old
Yeah.
whiskeys where you get some of those heavy notes. This isn't that either. It's a light, like light leather, but you get some of those. It's leaning in that direction without it kind of overtaking the entire like the entire flavor.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like it's almost, yeah, a lot of times with like the older whiskeys, I always say like, oh, you can like taste the warehouse or like an old leather chair that was in somebody's, cigar room, that kind of thing, like old tobacco leaves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not quite there. Um, so the SAQ had this for just under 200.
Okay.
So it's right around 200. And our father was correct with his labeling of the sample bottle was 46%.
Okay.
So it might have been another edition of the black that you saw there. But the SAQ here, yeah, it's 46. So
okay. And I think your tobacco leaf or even like tobacco smoke is the kind of peat smoke that I'm getting.
yes,
Like it's not campfire smoke. It's not like the sweet heathery smoke of a Highland Park. Like this still is like an Ardbeg smoke, but it's different. Like it's tobacco and not
but
like
it's like
cigarette.
a pipe. It's pipe.
Yeah, not cigarette smoke. Like that's not what I mean. I mean like a clean like tobacco leaf. Yeah.
Like
pipe.
Yeah, like pipe smoke. Like yeah. Not like humidor smoke, but yeah. Like someone's grandfather used to smoke a pipe kind of thing. And yeah.
And it's almost,
it's
I mean,
really good,
going back to the nose, like it's almost earthy. And I'm wondering
I was gonna
if
say
like
that.
you get some of that from the cask influence, right? Of like, having the Pinot Noir and like that's picking up from the terroir of the grapes, and like you're getting some of those like that earthiness that's coming in through it. So, which is really interesting and quite enjoyable.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
This is really
wow.
good. Yeah.
This is not what I was expecting.
Not what
So
I was
this was a
expecting.
very nice surprise. Thanks to the Whiskey Rad for hooking us up with these samples. Do you want to give this a quick score?
Man, the $200 price point is rough. That's the only thing that's killing me. I mean, I understand it. This is a hard to get. It's a limited edition. If I had $200 lying around and this was available, I'd be tempted.
Okay, so the Laphroaig Lore was $200 as well.
Oh, I think this kills it.
Me too. I think this is a better $200 than that.
Yeah.
For like a special limited release thing. Now, that being said, if you had $200 to spend, would you rather have the Boona 18?
I was kind of thinking, I think this Laphroaig Carchus that's behind me, I think that was around 200 as well. I might be wrong. That might have been a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Because that's the Laphroaig annual limited edition, and that bottle is really good.
Yeah.
That's like the port and wine casks from
this past
year. It was a really, really good one. I'm
trying to think of other things.
This Ardbeg Blaaack destroys the lore. Yes. I remember we had that. We were not really impressed.
No, and again, that was very much shaded on the price point, right? Like it's not that it wasn't. It's not that it wasn't good. It's not that we didn't enjoy the Dram. It's just when we were thinking about how much it cost and the fact that it's it's hard to get, and you've got to try and source it and likely pay for shipping from somewhere. It just becomes a bit more difficult to swallow the price to then get something that isn't like a non-age statement, and you don't really know like where it's coming from. So that's that's tough. But this,
from like a drinkability standpoint, you are correct. For the $200, I'd much rather the Lag 16 or the Boona 18.
And save yourself $50 and get the Lag 16.
Yeah, or like the Boona 18, if you can find it, for $200, I'm gonna buy that all day, every day. But that's also because Boona's my favorite distillery, and I will always pick that.
No. That being said, if I had a $200 gift card, I'd be hard pressed not to spend it on this, though. This is really good. I'm going to give this a
solid 83.
An 83. Okay, I was going to go to 85, And
I'm
maybe
just
that's
being
because I
contrarian.
like, yeah, I was going to say because I like things that are limited edition.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. The Pinot Noir cask, I think, brings something different. Yeah, definitely not what I was expecting.
No,
Something
I
really good
I
from
don't
Ardbeg.
have
I like
I
this
don't I
little, unexpected Ardbeg week that we decided to put together because I've got
yeah.
to go back to Ardbeg. I haven't had Ardbeg in a while, and now I've had 3 pretty nice Ardbegs in a week, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy.
All right. I'm glad we decided to yank this sample out of the ever-growing pile of samples that we've got
Yeah.
and actually drink some of them, as opposed to saying, oh, we should keep that in case we ever want to make content out of it. Hey, look, we did
Hey,
it.
guess what? It's time to start making content. Yeah, I think we're going to be doing that. This whole neck pour session thing might turn into neck pour / sample pull, and we just, what's in our cabinet? Whoop, let's pull this up.
Yeah, we've
Let's
got
have
this.
this. Because we've just got some pretty random stuff. So keep coming back, folks. Hit that subscribe button. That'd be a lot of fun. Whether you're on podcast or on the YouTube, that would be great.
That would be great. It doesn't cost you anything,
No,
but it
costs you
helps
nothing.
us.
Absolutely. If this is your first trip here with us, go back to the last episode where we talked more Ardbeg, and then come back this coming Friday when we talk Alan Moore's Swamp Thing and why we started drinking Ardbeg in the first place this week.
That's right.
Was
Can't wait
so we
to
could talk about that book. So
yeah,
keep coming
can't
back,
wait to
folks.
dive into that.
Absolutely. And keep checking back. Check out our socials. We're at the Whiskey Geeks. Whiskey has an E in it. Go to the whiskeygeeks.com as well. But we've got more exciting announcements coming. We're going to have a web store opening up soon with various products that you will be able to purchase. We might even start doing more bonus episodes on a platform where we bring you more content, but you might have to pay for it. You will have to pay for that content, but it'll be extra awesome content.
Always so good.
It'll be good. Keep coming back, folks. We're going to be doing more of this as season 2 rolls on, the essentials. We've got some more great whiskeys coming, some more fantastic comic books to come. So keep coming back. For the Whiskey Geeks, my name is Tim.
And I'm Alex. And remember, Scotch and stories, they were made for each other. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.